Welcome to Real Judaism with Rabbi Klapper. Unfiltered wisdom for Jewish life.
We're still in the Hagdama, at the end of the Hagdama, where we're discussing the 5 things that the Pasuk describes as our avodah to Hashem. What does a person has to do in his avodas Hashem? So the first one we discuss is Yiras Hashem, then we discuss Halicha B'drachav. Now we're holding on the third one in the Pasuk, and that is Ava, to love Hashem. Loving Hashem is not an easy thing. Is it so pashut just to love anybody? Right? You're one of those guys who loves everybody, right? A lot of those times, those guys who love everybody don't really love anybody. Or they think they love everybody because they really don't know what love means, right? Back in the 60s, they had this free love, which also could have been translated as free taiva. People have a very, a clear misunderstanding of what Ava is. Most people don't even know what real love is. They misinterpret it to feelings that very, very much relate to taiva, just to desire, to lust. They don't know what real love is. And even between two good friends, to define exactly what it is, do you love each other? The Mishnah in Ahavas says the essence of a love that is not dependent on anything is the love between David and Yonasan, 2 friends, not a husband and a wife, not a man and a woman. So when we come to what is love, what does this mean? So we have to understand there's a much deeper understanding than what the word is being thrown out in the street. I think I mentioned this one time before, that they say that the Chazon Ish said that in the street, what they call love, we call chiyuv kares. So we really have to define this well, and then we have to apply it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So let's see what it says here. Ava, shenikba b'leiv adam, ava ilav yisparach, ad shititoyer nafsho losos nachas ruach lefanov. That a person has to put love into his heart for Hashem in order to awaken in his soul to do for Hashem in order to give Hashem pleasure. Love means I'm feeling, or at least, again, this is just a few lines. This is a much greater and more expansive definition than just this, but he's giving a very, very quick sikum, a very small summary. And he says that it's a feeling that a person has in their heart that inspires them to do more for Hashem. I want to do more. I'll give you an example of that. I had a Talmud one time, and I asked, why should he keep any chumras? Why should you keep a chumrah? He doesn't even understand why there is a reason to keep a chumrah. Why would anybody ever keep a chumrah? Why would you do that? So I gave him the following mashal. I said, you're married, you're getting married. Would you ever buy flowers for your wife? Yeah, I mean, nobody normal would say yes. Let me ask you, is that like you have to buy flowers for your wife? Is that like an absolute obligation, like you're not married if you don't buy flowers for your wife? No. So why are you doing it? It's something extra, something you don't have to do. Why are you doing it? Because you want to enhance the relationship. So you're doing it to enhance the relationship. That's what a chumrah is. I don't have to do it, but I want to enhance the relationship. When a person approaches Ahavas Hashem, to love Hashem, I want to enhance my relationship with Hashem. I want to do something better. I want to do something bigger. So that feeling of love is a feeling I want to connect to Hashem to a point where I want to do His will. I want to, because I feel connected. Many times we do our obligations because we have to, not because I want to. There's a much higher level because I want to do it, because I want to feel that closeness to Hashem. That's why a person has to awaken it in his heart. Like a person who has a certain desire to do the will of his parents. Now, I want to bring out a point over here. This is an interesting, very interesting line, because you might say, like, well, there's some people who don't want to do what their parents say. They don't want to. So what do you mean over here that I want to do Hashem's will like I want to do the will of my parents? I don't want to do the will of my parents. So the Ramchal is bringing out a very big yesod. There's a very, very big idea over here. And that is, whether you realize it or you don't realize it, every single person has a desire to make their parents proud of them. Every single person has that. You might want to squash it. You might feel angry. You might feel disappointed. But this feeling is still there in your heart. And it will always be there. There's always going to be a certain feeling of, I want my parents to be proud of me. I want them, I need their approval. That feeling is natural, inborn feeling that every person has. And that's what he's referring to over here. That just like I want my parents to be proud of me, I want Hashem to be proud of me too. I want, just like it's natural for a person to feel that way. And if they don't feel that way, there has to be some kind of explanation. There has to be why don't they feel that way? Again, a person can be traumatized or whatever, any number of different things. But even if they are, part of that trauma is I specifically don't want to do what my parents say. What's the reason? Is it because you're so upset with them about something they did to you? But inside there's an inner conflict because there's this feeling of maybe of anger, of spite, but deep down they still feel I want my parents to be proud of me. It doesn't go away. That feeling doesn't go away. It might be small, but it's always going to be there. Or it might be the opposite. I don't want to do my parents want me to go do avodas. A person's a Baal Tshuva, and their parents are not interested in their Yiddishkeit, and they're going against their parents. But ultimately, that also, one day they'll know I'm really doing it, and they're going to be proud of me for what I did. It might not be today or tomorrow, but ultimately they will be proud. They will be proud of me. It might take until we get to the next world, but they will. They'll see that it was the right thing. It's even better for them. L'maisa, that's what it means. That feeling, that inborn feeling of I need to make my parents proud of me, is the same thing as by Hashem. A person needs to cultivate that feeling of connection to Hashem until I want to make Hashem proud of me, and therefore I want to do things that show Hashem how much I love Him. And he feels actual pain if he can't do it. He feels pain. He feels bad. Why was I not able to do this? And he feels bad if other people don't do it either. Because not just my father, you feel bad. Why is my brother also not doing this? My brother also should be caring about what our father feels. It's painful when a person has a sibling that goes off the derech and doesn't do it. Doesn't do what they're supposed to be doing. It's painful. It hurts. What do you mean? That's his life. It has nothing to do with me. It's not true. We're all connected. We're all brothers, and we see our brothers are doing the wrong thing and they're hurting our father. That's painful. That hurts. And a person who really has that sensitivity, that closeness to Hashem, is going to feel that too. And there are two more points here. Number one is kina, that he's jealous for Hashem. Somebody goes up against Hashem, it's like you're going up against my father. How dare you? How dare you? And there's a kina. There's a feeling of intense passion for Hashem, that I will not let something like this pass. That they're doing something against my father. And simcha. Simcha is that inner feeling of contentment, of knowing that I am close. You get married, you're excited. Weddings are exciting. That excitement is amazing. It's fantastic, but you need to realize something. It doesn't last forever. How long does it last? It depends on the couple, depends on the situation. But it can last a few weeks, it can last a few months, it can last even half a year, and then what happens? Pop. The excitement is gone. Does that mean that's it? They're never going to be happy again? No, it doesn't mean that. It means that they work to get an inner simcha, a feeling of closeness that doesn't come from excitement. It comes from the realization of knowing I'm in the right place. This is the best thing for me. I'm so happy, not because of all the excitement around me, but because I feel like I'm in the perfect place. A feeling of complete contentment, of happiness in your heart. And that's what Hashem wants also. Hashem wants that you should love Him in a way that I know I am here. This is the best possible place to be. And that's Ava, and that's what Hashem wants from us as well. Okay, we're going to stop over here. Goya.
Thank you for joining Real Judaism, where we explore Torah's wisdom for real life. Created by J Foundations and produced by Eli Podcast Productions. Find more episodes at realjudaism.org and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.